It should be some movie, I don't know, sort of like a gliding.
You've got dress envy, I've got trouser envy.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's right up my street, actually. I like it.
Easy, thank you.
How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, it's been, you know when you think, isn't it Friday?
You know what it is for me? It's I don't know if it's the weather. God, Jesus, that sounds so English. When the sun's out, everything seems a lot more lively, a lot more just nicer.
Vibrant.
Vibrant, that's the word, thank you. And it's quite dull today.
Yeah, it's had a bit of a dip since Sunday, hasn't it?
Yeah. And went out last night, so I should be full of beans, but I'm not.
So how are you going to deal with that today? You've got a busy week coming up.
I have got a busy
weekend.
It's your word. Oh God, let me try and say it very, very slowly. Compartmentalise and mindset.
Yes. That's how you're going to get through it.
That's how I'm going to get through it.
Good.
Everything that I have to do is not rocket science. I've done it 1,000 times, but it's just like, oh gosh, you know. It's been a funny old week because everything around me seems to be impacting. I think I'm absorbing. Is that an empath? Maybe I'm absorbing energy, and the energy I'm absorbing at the moment is not necessarily positive. It's not negative either, but it's just not vibrant.
It's a bit flat.
It's a bit flat. That's the one. I know when you had news, you know, some things your friends are going through around illnesses and family issues and stuff, and then I heard from 2 women that I really respect. Both of them, we all started our businesses about the same time, and both of them are winding down their businesses because right now the current climate is just not great businesses. But yeah, people say if you hang in there, if you're still hanging in there a bit longer and stuff. So it's just different things around. Although great things are happening, we spent Monday doing some rounds in different stores. Can't talk about it fully at the moment, but again, having our products in certain places where it would have an impact on people who need it. So all those good things are happening. I don't know what it is, but you know, I'm just gonna compartmentalize it.
I think it would possibly be good because, you know, in terms of skin in the game, not everybody knows about your skincare. And so it would probably be good to just touch on that a bit, in terms of the business and how it started, and you just run parity with 2 other people that you started at the same time with. So,
yeah, I mean, a lot of people who know me because of Naturally Tea or skincare, and this is a company that started because this is script in my head for this. I say script. I went through 4 cycles of IVF, and I usually give a shout out to any woman who's gone through IVF, and it's horrible. It's absolutely awful. End result when it's positive is great, but hey ho. So I had my twins, Joshua and Amara. Joshie was, we got Joshie as well. We got Joshies. Joshie had eczema, and he was prescribed steroids, and I wanted to find a natural solution for him. Mixing in my kitchen, shea butter as a base, stumbled across my Eureka formulation. Within 3 days, Joshua's skin became what it should have been from birth. Never intended to have a skincare brand. That was never on the cards, but we're singing that way. Think it, say it, do it. And for me, numbers don't lie. 900 million people on our planet suffer from skin condition. Natural remedy, cosmetic products that people should use every day, that's clean, green, and all those amazing things. And it's not just about the products themselves, it's also how we do business. That's really, really important. I haven't taken the easy way out, which has made my business a slow burner much more difficult. So having factories in Nigeria where the ingredients are made and sourced, you know, you can trace products back to their roots, etc. So it's how we do business, but it's also then the impact when you see people's skin conditions that are getting relief from the product. when you have people going through chemotherapy, radiotherapy, who need just daily moisturizers and products that are just clean green, cosmetic products. Yeah, so we're doing so many amazing things. But it's a saturated market. This industry, retail, beauty, skincare is saturated, and there's so few companies who are going back to basics to say strip it all back, keep it simple, keep it clean, keep it green, let our children be children, don't let our children grow up and be 10 years older than they are type thing. So we're doing things differently, but it's tough.
Mm-hmm. And I think some of that comes from the pressures from the city. So any beauty businesses that have gone public got that constant demand for increased sales, and generally, and our way of life is so immediate nowadays that the expectation is that once somebody's used something a few times, they want something new. So we're quite fickle.
It's a shame, because if we just stand back and take time and look at, on one hand we're hypocrites. We say that what a brand stands for, what's behind it is very, very important, and are they ethical, do they test on animal, all those things are important. On the other hand, we want like quick results, yesterday, so it's I guess getting that balance as well. And I try to, myself and my team, we try to be all things to everyone. I think it's more recently we said this company was founded because of a child with skin conditions. Let's just stay in our lane and focus on what we know and why we started. So do you have a skin condition? Are you looking for a natural product, everyday product to help sort of manage your skin condition? Yes, that's us. Are you going through some type of treatment that impacts your skin? We're for you. So trying to strip it back. I'm speaking of the Allergy Free From show. Things like that, just going back to our roots.
And the Allergy Free From shows at Olympia
this weekend. And I'm excited about that one. I'm on a panel with some amazing women, and it's just having authentic, really conversations, just to say the world we live in today, the impact on skin allergies are not a joke anymore, and what people are just generally going through. And I love those kind of open conversations and things like that. So yeah, it's good. It's good. I think the fact that there are things crumbling around you, or it's business. At the end of the day, we go through this whole cyclical thing, we've had recessions, we've had all sorts of nonsense, but as long as you're working hard and smart.
I think you're right with regards to the focus and taking a sniper style approach, particularly in an economic climate like we have at the moment. It's so tempting so often to take that splurge gun approach, because if people are coming to you from all different angles, it can be quite exciting. And we started talking about energy, and sometimes when the energy's flat, that's when those kind of opportunities become even more interesting.
That's right.
Because it's like, oh good, there's a shiny thing over there, let's run towards that. Oh, there's another one over there, let's run towards that. And if you think about the juxtaposition we've just spoke about regarding the wanting it to be ethical and so on and so forth, and being true to its roots, whereas you've got this fast turnaround on the other side, that almost is mimicked, isn't it, by that feeling that we get attracted to, and therefore the client gets attracted, the future potential customer gets attracted to that. So it's really interesting and so important, I feel, to stay strong and bring yourself back to that true sniper position.
True.
And ultimately, if you think about what you got your MBE for, with regards to the trade and the international trade, and the bringing absolute integrity and rubber stamping absolutely everything so thoroughly, to avoid any...
I don't know how else to be, Karen. And I think you're exactly the same. I don't know how else to be. Mom might like me or not like me. It's about doing things a certain way. That whole treat somebody how you want to be treated. Do unto others what you'd like done unto you type thing. Everything in life is that simple to me.
Yeah, I think it also emphasises the lack of shortcuts, or the lack of effective shortcut. So one of my first mentors was a brilliant example. He said to me once, when I tried to do something slightly quicker, and it kind of worked, but not to the level it probably needed to be. And he said to me, "Darling, remember, cutting corners won't give you squares."
But very true.
And I thought that's quite an interesting.
That's very true.
Interesting thing to think about. You know, cutting corners won't get you squares, and I think it's, you know, sometimes we are against the clock, or the importance of time is slightly above quality. You know, there are balances. We've spoken about balances so much, and sometimes you might need to forego a little bit of quality or a bit of finesse in order to score the goal. We talked about that in terms of the analogy with football as well. But I think that it would be true to say that the more you can stay true to your core and to the values and keep on that lane, whilst being aware peripherally what else is going on, but not getting drawn into it, or, you know, we've got the Olympics coming up, so let's take a running analogy. So here we go. So whoever is, I can't say who are the top sprinters of our current Olympics right now, but, you know, if you take a sort of a Bolt-like approach, he's not going on his sprint going, "Oh,
I know."
You know, he might
or
be,
are they?
Yeah, he might be, you know, he might do a bit of this, and he might, as he gets to the line, take a check, because he'll know if someone's on his heels. Not that there were people on his heels that often, but it's it is that sometimes you have to really stay focused.
Yeah.
And times like this, I think, are more important to stay focused than others. And our conversation earlier when we were talking about compartmentalising, and I think when our heads are so full of stuff, which invariably when you've got a lot on that they are, the way to compartmentalise best is to get it down. So I don't know if I've shared this with you before, so I either have, or I'm sharing it with you for the first time and the viewer for the first time. But I have this thing, and it's in the book that I'm writing at the moment. It's called the funnel effect. And so my funnel starts as an upside down funnel on days like you're experiencing.
Okay.
So that means that everything is out.
Right.
Yeah, it's all out in a whole wide path.
Yeah.
And then what I do is I go, right, how many things, and we spoke earlier about, okay, you've got to do this, this and this, pretty much. There were 3 things. So I then say, right, I've written all of this out. I then go funnel 1, funnel 2, funnel 3, the right way up.
So you can't, that funnel actually feeds your mini funnels.
Exactly.
Got it.
And that funnel, those funnels could be 3, could be 2, could be 5, could be 8. It depends on. So for me, it might be clients that I'm operating for at any one time. So I write down everything to do with any of my clients. Then each funnel is one of my clients.
And then if I can lay on top of that as well, just as you're saying that, is then I can actually, as you're talking, delegate. I don't have to carry action all the funnels. I can actually delegate and say, okay, fine, this person is the best place to actually work on that funnel right now while I focus on this one.
Exactly. And then that way it's emptied it all out, it's put it into a compartmentalised position, it makes it feel lighter. It also now feels directed because you've got the funnels the right way up.
That's right.
And it gives a streamlined approach to each of the elements that you're working with.
And it's in a lot of the things that you talk about, it's a no-brainer, but it's when you put it out there and you think, okay, let me actually put that into practice. And everything we've talked about equals for me longevity. That's key. Because if you're fast and furious, cutting corners, that same speed, you just, you know. They've always said that slow and steady wins the race. I say
steady wins the race.
I say efficient and steady. Yeah. It's not slow and it's not cutting corners. It's actually being efficient and maximizing your resources. And steady wins the race at the end of the day. So, yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, and I think that there are times to be a tortoise and there are times to be a hare. And
we can be both.
The story tells us that there was only one winner, but that was the story on that day.
That's right.
And sometimes the next day the story could have been different.
That's right. That's right. What is it? How do they say it again? Is it the battle or the war?
Win the pick your battles, win your wars.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.